Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Symbio with T3 Gaming, and I'm back for another preview of the Star Wars Destiny Across the Galaxy cards that we got. We got some previews to review here, and I have a bunch of special people on today, all T3 people here. I've got special guest Kai, and then I got Nathan Laterio.
Hello.
And then I also got a new official T3 member, but you guys, of course, know him on all the YouTube videos. We got Kuni.
What's up, guys?
So we're all going to go take you through some of these new spoiler cards that were previewed. The first two were from Knights of Ren. Shout out to Knights of Ren. They do a really great podcast about Star Wars Destiny. So they got two cards. So because I know that Nathan Laterio is such a big fan of these Imperial... These nasty imperialists. I'm going to let you do the first intro on this card.
All right. So the first card is Mahler Methyl. He's Vader's wingman, and he's a command rare villain. His points are 9 and 12 for elite, and he has 9 health. He has 1 ranged and 2 modified range sides, 1 disrupt and 1 resource and a blank. But where he's crazy is his ability. After you activate this character, you may remove 1 of your vehicle dice showing range damage to place that damage on a vehicle in play. Then discard that vehicle if it has damage on it equal to or more than its cost. So this card is basically to fight off the Thrawn Snoke deck and all the vehicles that it can get out. You know, they made vehicles fun for a minute, and now they're trying to kill it again, is what this card essentially is to me.
Yes, I think that's really interesting. Kai, what do you think of this card?
I think it's really good because you can get rid of like planetary bombardment or ETSD after you dealt a lot of damage. It's basically giving villain supports or the opposing team's supports health. And if you play against a backup muscle, is it a vehicle? It's a vehicle only, right?
It's vehicle only.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't do it to other supports.
But still, it would get rid of a lot of supports that basically now have health against Mahler Methyl.
Okay, yeah, I could kind of see that. But how about you, Steven? What do you think of this card?
Honestly, I think it's strictly attack against vehicles in general. I mean, it's definitely gonna be really big, especially with all the cheap new vehicles that are coming out. The TIE fighters and the X-wings, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It basically just counters that directly with low damage sides to basically kill off those vehicles that you don't have to worry about them anymore. So it's gonna be vehicle against vehicle for sure. But this guy, single die, of course, I believe you would just have him for his ability itself. Yes, his +2 is basically great, along with your own vehicle dice.
But what's interesting about it, though, is that it's only other vehicle dice that can put damage on a vehicle, right? So the question is, how often is it going to be worth it to do that damage to a vehicle to remove it off the board versus kind of forwarding your win condition and not taking out a character, which is how you win the game, right?
Well, with that, as Nate mentioned, it can basically kill a Thrawn Snoke deck. Thrawn Snoke doesn't have any real damage outside of their actual, Thrawn's effect and the vehicles themselves.
True. But that's a lot of damage that you have to pile up to take a vehicle off the table. So
it's niche.
Yeah, it is niche. Okay, so my impression of this card is that it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, I feel like, to get that to be valuable, because if you're playing against a non-vehicle deck, it's not really. I mean, his dice sides are not bad, right? I mean, he's got 9 health, pretty good. You could pair him up with even TIE fighter pilots or any shooting character. But I just don't know if that actual ability is going to be that played. So we'll see. All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll have Steven, why don't you go ahead and take this one?
All right. What we got here is the unique Black 2. 3 cost support vehicle. He's got some pretty good dice sides. We got looking at a single pistol, pistol base, 2 pistol base, 3 pistol base for 1 resource. It looks like a 2 indirect, 1 disrupt, and a blank. But it's got a special effect. While this die is showing range damage, increase its value by 1 if you spot Mahler Methyl. So definitely villain. Sorry, I forgot to mention villain support vehicle.
Wow. So yeah, this is interesting. So we're going back to Mahler here. We can see, those +2 sides, and these are all solid damage sides. So basically, as long as you're playing it with Mahler, that's a 2, 3, 4 for 1, 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nathan, what do you think? Are you gonna play this with your Thrawn Snoke deck, or throw Mahler in there somehow?
I mean, I'm definitely interested in trying this, plus all the TIE fighters that we have that we're going to be getting. Just make a straight up TIE fighter deck somehow. I would be interested. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad support anyways, even with if you play it without Mahler. Just with all the damage it can do, because there's no modifiers on it.
Yeah, it's 4 damage sides. I don't even remember what the old First Order TIE fighter did, but I don't remember. That was 3 cost and was pretty much unplayed. So it'll be interesting to see if this one will see much play. Let's go ahead and let's go take a look at this TIE fighter. So here's the TIE fighter, you guys. And you can see it only has 2 base damage sides. So it definitely plays well with the black 2. Just because the black 2 will give it more damage sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you could even throw this triple laser turret on it, right?
Yeah, vehicles are going to be crazy. I think when this set drops, just everybody's going to be playing them, trying to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like Across the Galaxy is very focused on vehicles, like with the Falcon. You got the X-Wings, you got the TIE fighters in here, you got the escape pod. So it'll be interesting. What do you guys, let's hear from Kai. Kai, what is your feeling about how Star Wars Destiny seems to be, we used to not be able to play vehicles, and now, vehicles are extremely strong. They're so strong, they're winning a lot of the tournaments. Do you feel like Star Wars Destiny is good to have these vehicles, or what's your take on it?
I think it's like I think they should balance it out a little bit more. I think they have a little bit too much of a vehicle aspect, and I think they should save that for X-Wing. But
that's a good point. Yeah, Destiny does kind of seem like originally it was more about like character on character, but and I think the vehicles are a good add. I just don't want. I kind of feel like I want the focus still to be on the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I like the ambush that the TIE fighters give, and I like how you can include 4 of them, and then you can search for it. But I don't know. I think it's more of like a X-Wing component of like having a lot of TIE fighters on your team, and then having Mahler Methyl and all those sort of stuff. I still like the dice aspect and all that stuff, but I don't know.
I mean, I think the tough part is that if your win condition is not going to be based off of destroying vehicles, which, so if you have 3 vehicles out, granted, they're ramping up and they're doing all this damage. If you don't take them off the board, then they're going to keep doing damage. But what I don't like is if you waste all your damage taken off vehicles, then the characters, you're just going to get milled out or something. You're going to lose. You're going to be wasting all your damage on a vehicle versus another character, which could win you the game, right?
Yeah, like Mahler Myth is sort of making it like you can damage supports now,
right?
Which I don't know if that's like good for the game or bad for the game.
Well, it'll be interesting also to see if heroes get anything like that. So
they do have the X-Wing.
Yeah, but the X-Wing, I just mean there's no way to damage a vehicle other than like a rocket launcher or there's like sabotage or surgical strike.
Yeah, and then the ATST's ability.
ATSD's ability. Do the heroes have any other card that removes vehicles?
That
Other
one that
than
you
Surgical
remove-
Strike.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'll bring that up. Okay. Anybody else have anything else to say about Black 2? Nathan?
I think it's going to be fun to play. I don't know, I think I'm more excited for the actual TIE Fighters than I am for Black 2.
Yeah. Steven, did you want to say something?
The Black 2 in itself, I do believe we'll see play. And they will fit Mahler in somewhere. But I think just the whole concept of destroying vehicles by damage, I think it's too slow. And that's why I don't think it's going to be really a huge factor in the game itself. Because all of that does is just slow down the game to basically call it the stall out. They just need like direct removal at a decent cost, like a 3 cost to remove a support or something.
Right.
I think that is probably the best alternative at this point.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me too. All right, let's go to the next card. Kai, do you want to take Tobias Beckett?
Sure. Let me pull him up. Tobias Beckett is a villain rogue, legendary. He is a scoundrel leader in character. Points are 11 to 15 and 11 health. His die sides are 2 range, 3 range for cost, 1 focus, 1 disrupt, a special, and a blank. And then we got a power action. Each player gains 1 resource token. And then special is take a resource from an opponent. If that opponent has no resources, gain 1. And then that's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is Tobias Beckett from the Solo film. Has everybody seen that?
No.
Okay, so Steven hasn't seen it. Nathan, I know you saw it, and Kai and I've seen it. So we won't spoil anything here. But he's pretty much like it says, he's a thief, So this fits this is what's really cool about this is the power action is a truce, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his ability is really good. Also, I like his special that can take them and then give you another one. Basically, give you 2.
Yes, exactly. So this is one of the spoilers. So the Team Covenant, the awesome store, I think based out of Oklahoma, they were the ones who first introduced us to this game. So shout out to Team Covenant. They got 4 spoilers. This is one of the 4. And they were talking about how this specifically says take 1 resource from an opponent, period. So you take the resource from them, and then you continue. If that opponent has no resources, gain 1 resource. So if they only had 1 resource, you take it, and then you get to have that one and another one.
Yep.
And then you power action, and you get another one. So if you roll that special, that's 3 resources. I mean, effectively.
Right.
If they only have 1 resource. So you wait until they have 0, and then you get 1, and then you take 1, and then you get another one.
You mean, okay, yeah, so you mean you power action.
Yeah.
You have your special out there. You power action to give them a resource, or you power action to give them a resource, and then you take it from them.
Yeah.
So then you get 4. So at the end, you have 4 resources, right?
No, 3.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, if you roll out first turn with him, get double specials, and they don't use their 2 money before you resolve both your specials, that's 5 resources for you.
Holy moly! I didn't even think of that.
I just realized that.
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, so let's walk through this real quick. So you roll out, you get 2 specials. They have 2 resources. Let's say they don't spend them. You resolve these dice, so you take 1 for each of those specials, right?
Right.
So now you have 2, and then because the opponent has no resources, you get to gain a resource for each of those specials.
You get 6.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's 4.
Well, the ability power action.
Yeah, you were counting the power action too.
So if you power action, that's 5.
But my question to this is, now I know you're resolving both specials simultaneously, but it has to fully resolve, correct? So actually, you will only get 3 max, I think.
Oh, you're right.
when-
You're right.
when you
Because the
resolve
first time
one-
you resolve it, you still have to resolve them in order. So
Right.
when you first resolve it, they'll still have one resource.
But 4 resources total with the power action is still really nice for 2 dice.
It is. It is. I agree. It's definitely like early game, and you get those, or you, that could be very good. You could play them with price if you want to try to spin to those specials. But I think his dice is pretty decent for 11-15. I mean, so I will say, Nifty Nick, one of our other T3 guys, he did provide some feedback. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. And we're going to do a whole episode on the upcoming podcast about sides with a cost and what that means in Star Wars Destiny, how well or underplayed or underused or terrible they are. And he definitely doesn't like any costed sides here. What do you think this dice is decent other than the special for the cost?
I like him.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I think he'll be fun to play. He will be a money machine for sure.
He's cheaper than Zeb. I mean, Zeb's 17 and he has a 3 melee. He's better than Zeb, other than he's got like less health. But
yeah, I mean, I think his power action and his special just make the pay side not even a thing to worry about.
Oh right,
So I mean, for him, it's the pay side. I think is pretty inconsequential. So, yeah.
Good point. Okay, moving on. So his partner in crime, literally, we have. Nope, never mind. I'll go and take Tobias Beckett's rifle. Partner in crime coming up next. This is a villain yellow rare upgrade. Tobias Beckett's rifle is a unique. It's a pretty cool looking rifle here. It costs 3 resources. It's got a 3 ranged for cost. On his die, a 2 disrupt, a 1 resource, and then 2 special sides. And he's got an effect that says after you play this upgrade on Tobias Beckett, you may force an opponent to lose 1 resource. Wow. And then his special says deal 2 damage to an opponent's character or 3 damage instead if that opponent has no resources. Damn.
Wow.
That's some dirty stuff going on here, man. I'm gonna take all your money and then I'm gonna shoot you in the face for 6 or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just found my new partner for Hondo, by the way.
Oh yeah, totally.
I was actually gonna mention that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, this is my new Hondo friend right here.
Yeah, mono yellow, but still, that could be really good. Lots of specials. You're gonna make so much money, you'll be able to play that pirate speeder tank, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just constantly take their money, disrupt them, and then shoot them.
That is the plan.
I like the faction identity here. We got this yellow villain scoundrels pretty much doing that, basically stealing your money and shooting you.
Which is what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's a pretty accurate representation of Star Wars.
It is. Steven, you got any? You like this?
I love it. Like as Nate said, this guy plus the weapon is just destructive with Hondo, just doing so much damage and getting so many resources.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing Cunning's going to be rotating as well, because Cunning and this and Hondo,
oh my
and just the amount of shenanigans that could happen.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You're gonna have a month to play with that, though, Nate.
Oh, and I'm going to play the heck out of it. You know that.
And like we just saw Dryden Voss, who also has specials. Like, there's a lot of specials going around, and Cunning is just going to see tons of play, I think. Not that it already doesn't, but all right. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and pass this to Nate.
All right. This is Val, right?
Yep, Val, Headstrong Renegade.
So Val is a villain rogue, rare. It's a character, is a scoundrel. Points is a 10 and 14 with 10 health. She has 2 range, 2 indirect, 1
discard.
Discard, thank you. 1 resource and a special. And the special is take 1 resource from an opponent. If that opponent has no resources, deal 2 damage to one of their characters. So I mean, she and Tobias just go very well together, and just taking people's resources and just hurting them that way. That's gonna be fun and annoying to play against.
Yeah, definitely a very thematic pairing here. What do you think, Kai?
I
She
still think
okay?
Hondo's better because you can deal 3 with taking the resources, and he's one more. He's got more damage size. Basically, he fills out the points. I don't know. I just think he's a little bit better than Valor, but I think she's good if you don't have Hondo, or like you just got into this game and you want to play Scum and stuff.
Hmm.
Definitely play this like as a really good take resources team.
Yeah, even if you need to build a theme team,
Yeah.
you have this right here. Although I feel like Hondo would have at some point worked with all of these people.
For sure.
So
He's worked with everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's theme.
Yeah, she does have 2 base damage sides, which is not bad
Yeah.
for like her point cost. But does Hondo have 11 health, right?
No, he has 10.
Yeah,
but
he only has 10
Oh,
as
he
well.
only has 10 too. Okay. So
But he
yeah,
has-
I mean, she gives him a run for the money. She does something slightly different. Like she does more straight up damage, I think.
Yeah, because Hondo doesn't have any damage at all.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I think she's going to be pretty good. I don't think she's going to see a lot of like competitive play. I think Tobias Beckett he might see some competitive play because that just being able to ramp resources that quick is huge,
Yeah.
right?
Well, then his 15 points is so easy to build around too.
him and Snoke with probable or the next plot that's going to come out, the double.
Yeah,
Do you like-
that's what we're going to talk about next. So we'll give this one to Steven Johnston, this crazy plot.
All right. This is it's yellow only, neutral. It's called Double Down. It is a plot. You can include any one additional copy of up to 2 different cards in your deck. Of course, you have to still follow all the deck building restrictions. Is that uncommon or is that? I'm not sure what the yellow one is.
It's just uncommon, yeah.
Uncommon, and it's 2 points.
Yep.
It's nasty. 3 easy pickings. 3.
Yeah, I mean, of course, everybody's already said it. 3 second chances. I mean, 3.
God.
Force illusion. 3 chance cubes, 3 force speeds. But
It's just 3 ancients.
yeah, 3 ancients lightsaber. I mean, obviously you have to play blue, but the first thing I thought of when I saw this was Yoda Hondo.
Yeah.
Because it has 2 points, 13, 15. Any 13, 15 pair, Yo Dameron,
Snoke.
you can drop this down. Snoke.
Tobias.
Ooh, Yoda Cassian.
Yep, Yoda Cassian. I mean, it creates such a strong level of consistency. The other thing I also noticed was that this allows you to include 5 X-Wings or 5 TIE Fighters. Because it says include 1 additional copy.
Yep.
This is true.
Right? So that, I mean, with a TIE Fighter, that's pretty insane.
I mean, if you got lucky enough to have 5 TIE Fighters and a Thrawn Snoke deck and play turn 1, get all the money you needed out, play all of them on turn 1, that'd be disgusting.
Yeah, so clarify this with me. If I pull one of these TIE Fighters and I play it, it says after you play the support, you search your deck for a copy of it, reveal it, and add it to your hand. Shuffle your
You can
deck.
play it again. You get to keep
And it has ambush, so you can just keep playing it out.
Yep.
So as long as you have the money to pay for it, you can get as many out as you want, right?
So just
oh my
Thrawn,
gosh.
and it's only a 2 resource cost.
Yeah.
So 1 Thrawn's 1 Snoke special with Thrawn, you pay for 3 of them right there on turn 1.
That's just nasty.
That's pretty nasty.
That's 3 TIE Fighters that can all do damage, and they can all link to each other.
And that's just not saying you don't get any of the other people either.
And that's 25. That's 5 cards out of your 25 left that you can pull that TIE fighters. So
I mean, I feel like Fantasy Flight must have done some testing with this, right, to see what this does. It'll be interesting to see. Sometimes what we think is going to be really broken isn't, and then what we don't think is broken is. All right, Nathan. So, what do you think about this card? Like, do you think it's gonna, be like one of those cards that you see everywhere because you want to get that consistency?
I mean, I'm already planning to use it with Hondo and Yoda, or all those people. This card is going to be amazing. Consistency makes card games. If you can make your deck consistent by adding another, easy pickings or one of those into a deck, that's nasty. And yeah, I think this card's going to see a lot of play. I think people are going to start not building full points just to play this card.
Yeah, I feel the same way, actually. So Steven or Kuni, he's our resident mill player. Do you see this potentially working in any kind of mill deck? Obviously, like Cassian's really good mill, Yoda's really good mill. You've been playing mostly Yoda Leia mill, so you wouldn't be able to play this, but Yoda Cassian.
Right.
Yoda Cassian is exactly 18, right?
Yes, and Yoda Cassian, or 28.
28.
But yeah, Yoda Cassian is definitely going to use this over. I believe they're using Profitable Connections before. So even that 1 point, no, it was 27 points for I think Yoda Cassian.
You're right.
I think I was using Profitable Connections, which is 3. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to take the place of it. Just because, you can get God, what's that discard card with Cassian on it that is just
Clandestine
so broken
Operation.
Yes, you get an extra one of that.
Yeah,
and you can get an extra. Oh goodness, what's that card? The blue discard top 2 for the special. Just even getting an extra upgrade.
Oh, Meditate.
I think it's is it Meditate
or Meditation? How can I not remember this? You should know this.
I should know this. I haven't played the Leia Yoda deck in a long time.
Meditation, I think.
I think so, but I'll double check. But yes, even get an extra one of those is so good.
Force Meditation.
Thank you.
That was it. Yes, yeah. Just getting 3 to make sure you get that first turn, right?
Right.
Could be very powerful. Anything that's not unique and being able to play multiples of them is going to be better. But I think that for 30 cards, it is still it can be risky to. Obviously, being more consistent is important, but you're also sacrificing some flexibility for that consistency. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually is going to pay off.
Only until rotation, because a lot of cards that you would normally have in your deck are going to be rotated out, and this can definitely help fill that gap for adding extra good cards that are in the legacy sets.
All right, let's see. I think that's it. That's going to be it for our previews today. We figured we'd try to get some more information out to you before the next set of previews comes. I know there have been some other kind of spoilers that are not official, but we figured we would just kind of focus on these because the images of those aren't so hot. So, all right. Well, thank you guys all for joining us on this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this preview, and let us know what you guys think of these cards in the comments below. What do you think is going to be super strong, and what do you think is probably not going to see much play? It'll be interesting to hear other people's feedback. All right, you guys, thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time on T3.